How to get motivated to study. Motivation. How to get motivated to study is an important question for many people. If you're like most, you can't afford to get good grades because they will reflect poorly on your potential and future. You don't need the motivation to study if you are already motivated enough. Most people need some kind of inspiration when it comes to work, family, and other commitments. However, when it comes to studying, the reason is not required. It's always best to do your homework beforehand and not try to cram your way through. Some people have a real hard time getting motivated to study. Some people have to take their studies very seriously. Other people, however, find that studying is much easier than it seems. If you are one of those people who don't have the discipline to stick with the real thing, then you may want to consider trying out a new method. I know this method works for me and many others who work at home. Instead of trying to cram your way through every subject, why not use the old school method? It's called a home study. It's the perfect way to improve your studying technique and learn without having to actually sit in front of a computer or read. It's a great way to learn, too. One of the best ways to get motivated is to get started. I can tell you from personal experience that if I don't have something else to read or practice my spelling skills, I will find myself taking a nap. It's so easy to do this, though. When you first start learning something, make sure you don't get discouraged. You might think you have to get through the material quickly, but don't let yourself get discouraged. This will only help your reading time and allow you to lose interest. It's okay to get frustrated, and I'm sure you will want to stop and think about what you did wrong. But don't give up. It will help you get your studying back on track. So, how do you learn to be motivated? Try using a home study course or get a tutor to help you find your inner motivation. Another thing that helps me get motivated to study is when I use my personal time for learning. I know you're probably thinking that studying is something you need to do while you are at work, but that is where most of your learning time is going. It's much better to devote some personal time to study if you know that you will have a break when you need it. If you feel like you are starting to get overwhelmed, you can always turn to a tutor to get motivated. They can also show you how to study without any distractions from other students in the class. So, how to get motivated to study more? There are a few different ways that you can go about it. You can make a list of your goals or get motivation from a person you admire. They can also help you make a schedule that will help you study efficiently. A big part of getting motivated to study is finding a study partner. This will make studying more manageable because they will encourage you to learn when you don't feel like you can get started. Another thing that really helps me with getting motivated is to make sure that I am working towards getting better grades in class. If I have a goal, I know that I will have more motivation to study. If you are looking for the best ways to get motivated to study, there are many ways. Motivation is one of the most essential aspects of any learning endeavor and is crucial when you have a busy schedule and have to take courses during the day and evenings when you are not at home or if you don't have the time to spare to study. The first tip to getting motivated to study is that you need to get going. This is when the motivation starts to work, which is critical, especially at the beginning of a study program or when you are not motivated to study. This will really help you get started and show you that you have the will to learn. The next important step in getting motivated to study is that you must not give up, and this is especially true if you are finding it challenging to keep your motivation and want to keep it going. It is effortless to become discouraged if you don't achieve what you are trying to achieve, but it is crucial to keep trying and not give up. If you don't try and stay motivated to study, then you will not achieve anything. The next important thing to do to help get motivated to study is to set aside some time to look at home. In this way, you can have a quiet time, and you will have a chance to just sit down and relax. This way, you won't be distracted by other things going on in the home or on the computer. Another motivational tip is to create an environment where you can feel comfortable and feel that you belong. Many people fail to get motivated when surrounded by people who don't understand them or the subject matter. Creating an environment that makes you feel comfortable can do wonders for your motivation. You don't need people to help you achieve things, you need to have people around you that encourage you to learn. Another important aspect of getting motivated to study is the attitude of the person. Many different factors come into play when you are trying to learn. Some of these include your motivation level, the type, of course, you want to study and the amount of time you are willing to devote to studying. It is all about knowing what you are capable of and what you can achieve in a given time and then setting the goals you can then work on. Don't forget to like our video,